Welcome to part 2 of my Big E trilogy. This is my personal journal of visiting the Big E Fair in West Springfield, Massachusetts. This is part 2, the second installment. My name's Kathy A. I'll be your host. I'm the one that sounds giddy when I'm talking to people in the film, and I'll be with you at the end of this installment, and hopefully you'll enjoy this and learn a little bit more about the fair.
Welcome to Rhode Island. This is the last building that was added to the collection of state buildings in 1957. Stopping in to grab some maps, and here's an author of Supernatural book. And this is kind of an interesting thing. This lady made a miniature of her childhood buildings of her city in Providence, Rhode Island. And they've packaged them just like they package those Christmas cities, the Department 56 buildings like for Dickens Village and things like that. This is actually Providence, so a lot of people will find happy memories here. Heading over to the seafood area, it's very popular to have quahogs and seafood. Kenyon's clam cakes, very, very popular. Kenyon's has a kind of a cornmeal, white cornmeal. And here's some fudge and some ribbon fudge. This is a wonderful candy shop here in the Rhode Island building. Look at all the variety here. Now each of these candy apples was decorated. There's over 1,000 of them. They are dipped in caramel, dipped in chocolate, and then decorated by hand. And here's the individual candies you can get by the pound. Absolutely delicious. Dell's lemonade is kind of a frozen slushy lemonade, very, very popular in Rhode Island. And here's an author for Rhode Island for a children's book. And there's some beautiful glass, cut glass. Absolutely wonderful. Across the hall we have really nice prints and signs and thermometers for outside. There's the Three Stooges. Nice thermometers there. Moving on to the Farmerama building. This is one very, very interesting building for animals. Very fun for the kids. The chick hatchery, where they have 24 dozen eggs that hatch, and people can view them pecking each other, and then they wind up in the chick nursery after they're a couple days old. You can milk a mechanical cow there, which is kind of fun. And there's always a sow with her new little piglets that they have especially for the fair. Here's a llama and her baby, and there was a contest here to name the baby. My entry was Vanilla. They have llamas as well. And there was somebody singing folk songs. These are the 4-H members making corsages for people. There are over 2,500 4-H people that get involved with this between this building and the Mallory building with animals. The big stars of the program here, the Clydesdale horses. Now they are housed there, but they're actually named for Clydesdale, Scotland, from which they originated and were bred from. There's Baron. He's one of the leaders of the troop that carries the carriages. Of course, these horses weigh over a ton each, and they pulled things like trucks nowadays. They were kind of the trucks of the olden days. Very beautiful animals. And this is the Farmerama section where they all house themselves during the fair. This lady got a chance to feed one of them. They're such gentle giants. Moving on to the Coliseum, where all the real animal work takes place. Fancy horses and dressage and steeplechases. Really wonderful, beautiful animals at their best. This is an A-rated competition. And they have several different events in the Coliseum for horses, for oxen pulls, and for draft horses. But this one is probably the most popular, the fancy horses. Here's our buddies, the draft horses that do all the hard work on the farm. Here they are with a pulling contest, and their cousins, the oxen, with their oxen pull contests. Now the sheepdog trials are also held there, and then a smaller demonstration is done in the Mallory building. These animals are quite interesting. Hey, you getting hungry? Turkey legs, seafood, even vegetables, but they're deep fried, and fried pickles, pork chop sandwich, Millennium chips, bison, venison, alligator, rattlesnake, pheasant, and here's the Butcher Boys, which is what I picked up for my husband. Cheese curds are supposed to be one of the most incredibly good things at the fair, and of course the infamous corn dog. This is the 3 pigs in a blanket, bacon, pulled pork, and a hot dog. And here is the Crazy Burger, which is a cheeseburger with bacon, and it's housed in a glazed donut. Here's the Hot Diggity Dog, which has cheese sauce and jalapeno peppers. And you can also get a frozen banana with bacon. Moo Nuts are beautiful muffins stuffed with ice cream and sauced stuffing. Fried Kool-Aid. Fried cheesecake. Fried butterballs and jelly beans. And this is what the fried cheesecake looks like. It's actually really good. And fried Oreos, which are outstanding. The Oreos kind of get mushy in the middle, and they really melt in your mouth. But the real stars of food, the cream puff. Introduced in 2002. Later on, 2004, the eclairs were introduced. In the beer garden, you can actually sit down for a while, which is kind of nice. They have Indian food there, chicken, Chinese food, and there's all kinds of interesting German beers. But the big thing is that you can sit down. Forget about the dog. You can get doggy treats and bring them home to your pet dog. Moving on to the Better Living Center, which is located here on the left-hand side of the fair. You're greeted at the doorway by the mechanical puppets. Kind of fun. Moving inside the doorway. Beautiful whirlpools, hot tubs. Very refreshing looking. And this is the place where you can see all those as seen on TV kind of ad products. Look at all these phone cases for your phones. Batman. This is a nice rainforest shower. And really interesting stuff. Of course, you can get all of the grilling and cooking gadgets that you'd ever want to have. You didn't realize you needed so much until they convinced you. How about a look at this candy counter? This is going to bring back memories for a lot of you. See any of your favorites? These are sold by the pound, and you can literally take a bag and fill it as you wish. They weigh it, and it's one price. Yummy! Of course, the vitamin machine, the Vitamix. Reminds me of Lucille Ball. Some beautiful fountains, very ethereal. It's fairly nice to have a water element for balance if you're into feng shui. And these are beautiful fountains. Some of them have lights. This is very old-fashioned, but this is a computerized personality handwriting analysis. Some ionic foot baths to take all the gunk out. Some candles, cuckoo clocks and grandfather clocks, and of course cowboy boots, jewelry, lunch boxes, and boy, can you relax in one of these vibrating chairs. Here's some interesting parking signs, some lamps, dog pooper scoopers. He actually threw something down and scooped it. Really wonderful Adriatic chairs, mops, sticky mops, and watches. Here's some wigs, which I didn't buy any, and these are gun safes. Boy, you are in America when you see a gun safe of that size. Have a look in there. Look at the arsenal you can keep in that one. This guy looks interested. Now this guy looks like he might be making a sale. Yes, sir, you can hold your rifles. So all kinds of safes and lockers. Walking on through the Better Living building. Here's really nice hair accessories and scarves, barrettes and clips and jewelry. Really anything you would ever need is in the Big E on this time. Moving on forward, handbags. There's the beautiful signs and mirrors, plaques, some really nice household stuff. And oh, what's this? This is probably the most interesting ride in all of the Big E. Nope, it's not in with the rides, it's in the Better Living building. It's a Magic Land movie ride. You pick which one you want. And it looks like a van from the outside. I think I'm going to go for the Dinosaurs Space Alien ride, which sounds really interesting in 3D. So they handed me my glasses, and I'm sitting down in the chairs now.
Let me just get back here. Okay.
I have a big head.
All right, wait a minute.
Hey, have fun. Thank you. Don't panic. Don't panic. Well, you're all here, so that seems to be fine. Processing factory. You are gonna love it here. Come on inside. This is remember that contract you signed? Always being fine print. It was us who turned you into that.
Well, I hope it's not too much of a spoiler for you. That was a lot of fun. Now let's look at some of the products for sale in the Better Living Center. All kinds of jewelry. Geez, the 8-hour lipstick. I did not stop. It was tempting, but no. Beautiful drapes, lace curtains. There's that ride I was on. And of course the signs. Magic lids. More of those showers. Here's some children's clothes, really cute. Somebody's picking something out. Here's some interesting calendars, tea towels, and those infamous signs. Calendars. railroad hats, baby scrubs. Isn't that cute? Oh, here's some healthy stuff. Granola and nuts and dried fruits. Of course, these aren't as popular as the fried foods outside in the many vendors. I'm a big fan of the roasted cashews. Here's some papaya and pineapple. Delish. Some really nice statuary stuff for the yard or for your garden. And this little girl's having her hair chopped, the newest thing right now, to have your hair done in multicolored chalks. She's just finishing up and the lady is showing her just how nice it looks. I guess on an 8-year-old, almost anything looks cute. Here's some flags and decorations for the home for the holidays. Of course, Halloween's coming up. Here's some skin creams. Oh, this is interesting. This is the aqua massage. And look at the jets of water just going over that person's body. It is so relaxing. I've actually done this. I did the 5-minute one. They have you listening to New Age music while this water is kind of pummeling across this rubber blanket that's over the top of you. And it's very relaxing, right down from your toes right up to your neck. Moving on, nice player piano. There's all kinds of pianos. Look at these beautiful fountains. They're sculptures and fountains, and they're slightly lit up as well. Very beautiful. All these scarves, says they are like cashmere. You have to be careful of those signs. You may think you're getting cashmere scarves too for $20, but apparently not. And look at all these socks. I was actually stopped from filming by the guy because he didn't want me filming his socks. Really cute designs. I explained to him I was doing this for YouTube, and suddenly he was very chatty. There's a model search, actor search for new faces, interesting glasses, character mugs. And here's a DVD store. You can get DVDs of old movies, favorite TV shows. And there's the Twilight Zone. Some beautiful frames, hand carved. There's all kinds of things in this building. There's a lot of ways you can spend your money, but it's just neat to see everything that they have. There's those sheet sets. They are like 400 thread, and these beautiful lamps are all the rage this year. They're absolutely gorgeous. Hanging paper lamps. And these beautiful wooden models are there every year, highly select. Look at all these ties. Have you ever seen so many ties in one place? Some are traditional, but most are novelty ties. And we're finishing up the Better Living building with the moon glow. This is jewelry that shows what phase the moon was at when you were born, your exact birth time. And of course, pick up a souvenir on your way out. Heading outside for a little bit. Got some balloons. You can go watch the swine races. You can bid on that Corvette. Finally win it from the Majestic Theater in West Springfield. Tonight at the Comcast Cinema, it's DJ Pauly D, and he'll be the skinny German Jungle Boy. You can also see groups like the Buckinghams and other groups in the Comcast stage, like Mark Lindsay from Paul Revere and the Raiders, whom I got to meet afterwards, and Mickey Dolenz, who was my favorite monkey. Get your portrait done. You can have it done by a silhouette, kind of a lost art, or you can have a caricature done, or you can have a formal portrait done, or even a photograph wearing old-time clothes. Sit in the big chair with your friends, or you can pose with Mr. Biggie, and yes, he's a chipmunk. Stop and try your luck spinning the wheel with a local radio station, or hang out at Bear Country. The Wine and Cheese Barn is fairly new to the Big E. You can find all sorts of local cheeses and wines. They do check IDs. This is the Sensodyne Spa, where you get a couple of packs of free toothpaste. Kind of fun. And you get some nice beer, or you can have a smoothie made with fresh fruit, or you can have a drink of your choice. Storyton Tavern has an outdoor tavern with a bar. They're all kinds of fun. Storyton Village, of course, was started by Helen Starrow. 9 buildings. They have live historical reenactments. You can have your wedding at Storyton Village. Very, very pretty setting for an old-fashioned wedding. The meeting house also serves suppers. This is the inside of Storyton Tavern. This harp player shows up every year. He sells little crystal animals, and he plays really pleasant music. While you're strolling through Storyton Village, you can hear him. And that's Nick, who's one of our favorite of the historical reenactors. There's also a blacksmith shop. And this is my picture with all the orbs or dust particles. There's furniture makers, broom makers, pottery makers, and of course there's tours. Here's the herb garden, which is tended by school children during the year. And this is from the one-room schoolhouse, kids taking a little bit of a break. And this is from the tour. They also do reenactments during Christmas time. I went on Veteran Appreciation Day, and here they are. Walking through Storyton Village, you can also see the Craft Common. And these are wonderful artisans who do professional grade materials. It's a nice pottery area. This area can become quite cramped with folks during the busy times of the fair. There's some really wonderful craftsmanship here. Great mugs. I actually own one of these mugs at home. I always try to get something new every year from the fair. This shop is famous for its lavender sachets. This guy makes, out of old coins, he uses a laser cutter and makes jewelry. Really quite striking. These are all switch plates. She does custom switch plates for single or double switches. And we have baseball tree decorations, old-fashioned country decorations, dolls and bric-a-brac. It's always entertaining looking at this stuff. And seasonal stuff, of course, for Halloween. And the funny signs. This lady paints on slats and rocks. And this gentleman makes outstanding decoys and recreations of birds and small animals. The detailing is unbelievable. These birds are beautiful, and I do have a couple for ornaments for my tree. It's a really nice bird feeder there. It looks like a sunflower. Very inviting to the feathered friends. These are warmers, oil warmers. You can use wax cakes in them. They're lit up and they also emit a beautiful scent. And these lamps are hand cut and decorated with different images. There's some sports ones for the guys and delicate ones for the ladies. These flowers all are very beautiful. They are made out of Sculpey clay and dried and coated and molded. They look so realistic, but they're actually clay. Some more signs. This is a seasonal shop for autumn time. And we're all starting to get in the mood for autumn at this point in the season. Smells of cinnamon and pumpkin. There's a spider jumping around. Some wind chimes. Beautiful wind chimes. Beautiful jewelry. Paintings. These are watercolors. And I have one of his watercolors at home. Just glancing through the pile there. These are beautiful hand-carved wood-handled pens, some pottery. Those are sponge holders for your sink. And here's some beautiful cut metal ornaments. They sparkle when they catch the light. Beautiful handmade jewelry. I love the leaves. And they also have matching earrings. These are backpacks for children and pajama holders, really cute animals. The little stuffed animals are detachable. Different themes there. And of course the funny signs. Don't tell me to calm down. Here's one of them. Got beautiful photography on one side, and then we have flattened wine bottle glass that's used for cutting boards or decorations. And we have vases made out of old wine bottles. And of course candles again from beer cans. Beautiful magnetic and crystal bracelets. The Mallory Complex. This is where the animals are. You can find it way up here in the back left corner. Starting off with Jim doing his infamous butter sculpture. He's just starting it on day one. And that's what it looks like when it's finished this year. Isn't that amazing? That's all butter. 600 pounds of butter. Takes him usually about 5 to 10 days to finish this. And my favorite is the singing refrigerator. I like that the butter's a rap artist. We get to visit with some of our favorite sheep. And there's competitions for wool and competitions for all kinds of things. These are bags of wool that have won awards. That's 1 year's worth of growth. There's also cattle, dairy cattle and cows, and they're all shown by young people. And there's also an auction for beef cattle. This cow's taking a snooze. There's a milking machine, and they explain all about that. The 4-H club is very, very involved. The kids stay about 4 days. They sleep in the Moses building, and they interact with other 4-Hers and get very involved with the animal and agricultural products. Of course, you can have your picture taken on your way out. Bye-bye now. Christmas tree competition outside. Never thought there were so many types of pine trees. And of course, snow plows and tractors. Hey, let's pick up our cowboy hat on the way to the next stop. There's quite an assortment here. You can get a fancy one or a pink one. Got some rough-edged kind of t-shirts, some studded handbags, leather handbags, leather belts. Looks like this fella's getting a new belt. And the fancier hats, the leather hats, the Stetsons. Some more leather handbags. And we have camouflage and Australian hats. Now cream puffs. Oh boy. This is the New England Center. That's actually home to a lot of the handicrafts like quilting. You'll see more quilts than you ever imagined. Also, a lot of emergency groups have things. The Ham Radio Club usually presents here. The Girl Scouts have presentations. There's square dancing and line dancing and clogging. All kinds of handicrafts, embroidery, stuffed animals, crochet, sweater making. It's just an amazing building. There's cooking competitions. This cake won. But of course, the cream puffs take most of the attention in this building. Here they are, scooping out the cream into the middle of the cream puff, topping it, sprinkling powdered sugar. Let's head over to the Grange building. This is over here across from the Avenue of the States. Now, the Grange building was built in 1938, and it is a non-profit, non-partisan fraternal organization that advocates for rural America and agriculture. With a strong history of grassroots activism, family values, and community service, the Grange is part of more than 2,100 hometowns across the USA. Look at these beautiful handmade crocheted throws. And most of them are only about $40. They also have wonderful canned goods. Jams and jellies. They have sauces, salad dressings, marinades, and a wonderful assortment of baby clothes. All handmade. Look at the little booties. And little hats. This is the real deal. On this side, really cute little catnip fish. And other kitty toys. And this is what I get every year. These are the scrubbies. They're hand crocheted, made out of a nylon thread, and they really take off the junk off of your plates. Now here's some pot holders and hand towels that have been crocheted on the ends. Very festive for the season. Beautiful hats and fleece. Bag holders, and here's a really becoming apron. There's a cute little hat and coat set. Some beautiful scarves. Headpieces, handmade mittens, and these are the real deal. Some beautiful fleece hats, Christmas ornaments. The Grange has something for everybody. The lower level of the Grange is actually a store for the Yankee Candle Company. And the Yankee Candle Company is known as the center of the world. SCENTER, and they have their little store downstairs in the Grange building.
So that takes care of part 2 of the Big E trilogy. I hope you'll want to watch part 3 because that's where all the excitement and fun is. So until then, everybody take care. Have a beautiful day. Toodles.